Oops. Good thing I can cut some of this out. Okay. First thing we're going to do is adjust this little screw right here so that I can get the position of the handle part of the quad grip at the right angle. And it may take a little bit to do it, but we're going to start off with, where are you going with that? We're going to start off with that angle right there. Where the bottom of it is a little bit closer to the bottom pin than the top is to the top pin. I don't tighten it too tight. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is pull those two pins in until they're snug up against my wrist, and then we'll go a little bit tighter. And the top one is pretty close to where I like it. I like it just a little ways down from the top. Here, I can bring it down. When the grip is in there, when the grip is adjusted appropriately, you can't pull your hand out. That's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, it's real close. Who is it? Oh, yeah. Pretty curious about his bike. Okay. Let's, I think that's just about right. Let's snug that front screw up the rest of the way. Okay. And then, you know, I kind of like that. It's really pretty. It's really pretty tight. We're going to leave that one alone for now. We're going to move to the other side. That was quicker than I anticipated. This will be a little bit quicker for me than someone else probably, simply because I'm used to getting in and out of these. We need to raise that top pin just a little bit. I've already got the angle pretty close on this one. I think I'm going to have you move it a little bit in just a minute, but yeah, just, oops, a little bit too far. Bring it back. Nope, back up, right there. That's no, too far down. Go back up. There you go. Tighten it up right there. That's right. Funny thing, that's really pretty close. Okay, here, hold this camera a second. I'm thinking that's pretty darn good. Let me tighten this. Let's tighten this left one just a little bit more. Just bring that.
Pins or the?
Yeah, the pins. Let's just bring that top pin down just a hair. Okay. I'll hold that. This will be a very unprofessional video because we don't have a tripod and and I'm not very good at hanging onto a camera with fingers that don't work.
What are you doing there? Why are you?
Just trying to pull on it in different ways to make the determination if it's as tight as I want it. I think I want to squeeze that, bring that top one down just a little bit more. She loves this. Move it just a quarter of an inch.
I just moved it out.
Just a quarter of an inch. Oh, you moved it out?
Yeah, you told me to.
No, I wanted to move it in. I mean, I might have said out, but I meant in.
Well, sorry, I didn't read that part of your mind.
Yeah, I wanted to make it a little bit tighter. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. Now the way I like to have my grips adjusted, right there, my palms are flat on each one of the handles, but that's at just about the tightest point. Now I can kind of just relax my wrist, which this is what makes it tight. This is loose, and as you bring your hand in flat, then it gets tight between the pins.
Do it again.
So when I'm cruising along, I'll flatten my wrist just a little bit, and that relaxes the tension between those two pins, and then I can just kind of cruise, you know. And I don't have to really pull real hard, so it's not a problem, and it takes the pressure off my wrist. Then when I hit a hill, I twist that thing in a little tighter, and then, you know, there's about nothing that can pull your hand out when you're in that tight. Now, over here on the shifter side, I don't happen to have a shifter on the left. I'm using the click shifter for my chain rings because I got kind of an odd set here that doesn't shift real well. And I can pull my hand out with the quad grips and hit this shifter and get back in really quick. So, you know, if I want to change chain rings, it's really a no-brainer. Okay, so to shift the double tap, the SRAM double tap, you're going to shift with the back of your hand. And it's a forward movement. That shift right there is an upshift. This there is a downshift. So one click is an upshift, 2 clicks or more is a downshift. I haven't figured out why this is cranking so hard. Is that tire flat?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Something's really weird about it. Oh, I know what it is.
Your brake is on?
Hey, I'm riding with the brake on. Okay. So.
Oh, that's much easier.
Yeah, much easier. So when I'm pedaling around, I want to upshift. You really probably can't see what I'm doing because it's going so fast, but I basically bring my wrist out. I make that click, just like that. And then I do it while I'm in my crank circle, and it's really fluid. You do it quickly, and you don't really even notice what you're doing. Really not supposed to be in that gear. So I'm going to change my chain ring, go up here to the middle chain ring, and that'll make playing with this a little bit easier. Okay. Alright, I'm in my highest gear on the cassette, and so when I start off shifting, I'm going to click this one time, and that's going to be a downshift, okay? And it's the only time that you're downshifting that you'll do just one click. From there on, it has to be 2 clicks, okay? 1, 2, okay? So, other than the first downshift from 10 to 9, they're all going to be double clicks. From 10 to 9 is the only single click. Now, if I want to shift more than just one gear at a time, I just go a little further. There was 3 clicks, okay? Now, you can do that while you're cruising. I'll bring this back down to 10, or back up to 10 actually, okay? Okay, so now let's just say I'm in 10th gear and I'm cruising down a hill, all right? And I want to maintain that as long as possible. Now I'm going up the hill, and I can tell that it's getting harder as I go, and your speed will scrub off real fast. And you'll get to a point where now you've got to shift. Now, if you can't multi-shift, then you're going to have to shift sooner, one gear at a time, trying to stay ahead of the scrub off of speed. If you can multi-shift, then you can hold that big gear longer, and then when it gets to be the time that you're going to have to shift, you can shift just like that, 3 gears at a time. Okay? So I'll bring it back down, and I'll do it slow so you can see. So
Down there or here?
right here. So I'm going around. Right there, I bring my hand out. 1, 2, 3, and then it goes back in, and I finish the rotation. And let's just say speed scrubbing off really fast. So I need to do it again. 1, 2, 3, and back into rotation. And I can do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, and there I go. Okay? So, if you want to shift really quickly, you can shift 3 gears at a time. If you want to just shift 1 gear at a time, you can do that also. On the upshifts, however, it's just 1 gear at a time. But generally, when you're sprinting and accelerating, or when you're going downhill, there's really not a big need to shift multi-gears at a time, because you can shift one at every revolution easily. Okay, I'm back into 10th gear. So that's pretty much adjusting the quad grips, and really didn't do much with the shifter, but it's an adjustment. We'll show you a few things here. You want to get the wrenches, and I'll hold the camera. You can shut it off right now.